Hello, I'm Celeste Martinel, Vice President of Customer Success at BenchPrep, and I'm thrilled to talk with Leslie DeLeon from the Association of American Medical Colleges on an important and timely topic. The world has changed. Is your learning strategy still relevant? Welcome, Leslie. So glad to have you.
Thank you, Celeste. I'm so glad to be here. And as Celeste said, I'm Leslie DeLeon, and I'm the Director of MCAT Preparation Products at the Association of American Medical Colleges.
Before jumping in, we wanted to give a brief introduction to BenchPrep and AAMC in case you aren't very familiar. BenchPrep is an organization that provides a configurable, cloud-based learning platform that focuses on delivering superior learning experiences. So our omni-channel delivery incorporates personalized learning pathways, instructional design principles, gamification, and analytics that allow organizations to achieve their goals. AAMC partners with us to deliver an omni-channel test preparation experience with practice questions and tests that replicate the look and feel of the actual MCAT exam through an engaging and very effective e-learning platform. I'll pass it over to Leslie to share more information about AAMC.
Sure. Thanks, Celeste. The AAMC serves and leads the academic medicine community to improve the health of all. It was founded in 1876, and the AAMC is a non-for-profit association dedicated to transforming healthcare through medical education, patient care, medical research, and community collaboration. Us, the MCAT prep team, we focus on develop free and low-cost resources for anyone seeking to sit for the medical college admission test, or commonly referred to as the MCAT exam.
Thanks, Leslie. Now let's dive into our topic. The world has changed. Is your learning strategy still relevant? Modern learners are changing on a daily basis, and many companies are realizing they need to amplify their learning initiatives to better engage today's learners. Now, AAMC moved to a digital-first learning role in 2018. What prompted your shift?
Yes, so since the MCAT exam is a computer-based exam, most of our prep products were also developed to be accessed online to help learners familiarize themselves with the features they will use on testing, such as highlighting and flat for review. When we learned about BenchPrep's online platform, it resonated with our vision of how we could improve the overall experience of our learners. We wanted to centralize our prep product materials, including our free resources, so that our learners could find them in one place. Centralizing our resources makes them easily accessible to all of our learners, especially those who might not have a pre-health advisor, or if they're non-traditional students. As a result, in 2018, we created the MCAT Official Prep Hub, where students could access products, free resources, and important testing information. We also heard from our students that they wanted to be able to practice with our material on their smartphone. And this is where BenchPrep's platform came in. It allowed us to balance the need to give learners the opportunity to practice with features of the actual MCAT exam on their desktops or laptops, but it also made it possible for us to offer mobile-friendly experiences, such as our subject-specific question packs. And lastly, we also saw the potential for seamlessly incorporating some of our most popular free resources on the platform. This is what we were able to do last year when we launched the dynamic online version of the free 6-step study plan guide.
I remember that. It was a great addition to the platform. How has e-learning helped support learner engagement and AAMC's goals?
Well, one of the advantages of developing resources for an online platform like BenchPrep and working with the team's agile mindset is that we have the ability to incorporate user feedback throughout the life cycle of the resource or product. A lot of goes into launching a product like a full-length practice exam, for example, including collecting feedback from a small group of users. But sometimes the best learning happens when the product is used by a vast number of learners. When we see a pattern emerge from our users' feedback, we try to incorporate it in the next available release cycle. That way, we don't have to wait until the following testing year to address and add a feature.
Thanks, Leslie. Moving on to our next question, I think we can all share that COVID has certainly forced many organizations to make big changes to their learning programs. How has it impacted your strategy at AAMC?
Yeah, no doubt. The coronavirus has disrupted all aspects of life and day-to-day operations. Like many organizations, we had to make some pretty tough and hard decisions and prioritize some of our work over others. For example, our practice exams and scoring tables, they're created by the same people who develop the actual exam. When the AAMC decided to shorten the actual MCAT exam, we debated the risks of rushing into shortening our practice exams. Rather than rush through a process that normally takes nearly a year to complete and take away resources to help on the administration of the actual exam and scoring process, which we are already now doing on a shorter turnaround time, we knew that our full-length versions would still be the best way for students to practice and prepare. This was a difficult decision, but it also allowed us to focus on finding solutions for students who had to shift their test dates. We knew that they would need flexibility around their preparation and access to their prep products. So we worked with our team at BenchPrep to complementary extend product access for students taking the exam first through the end of this testing year, and now most recently, we've extended that to next testing year. We also focused on meeting the needs of our fee assistance program beneficiaries, especially after the AAMC expanded the income eligibility requirements due to the impact of COVID-19 on students and families. We decided that these were our top priorities, and now more than ever, I think students will benefit from our plans to convert the sample test, one of our free full-length exams, into a free resource. Adding the sample test to our portfolio of free resources is one of the necessary steps towards helping students from low socioeconomic backgrounds. And so, the coronavirus isn't done posing challenges for all of us, but the one good thing about this experience is that it's allowed us to double down on our commitment to help all of our learners pursue a career in medicine.
Great. Last question, Leslie. What advice do you have for organizations that are making the shift to e-learning now? How can they create a relevant strategy?
This is a little tough because there's really no one-size-fits-all strategy, but I can share what's been most effective for us. How's that?
That's great.
So let's start. I think for us, we took our direction from our users and our learners. They help us prioritize our work always, and they inspire us to create resources that will meet their needs. For example, even though we already had 2 subject-specific question packs dedicated to the critical analysis and reasoning skills section, we heard from our users that this section was particularly hard to prepare for or know where to begin. So in response, this fall, we're releasing a completely new type of low-cost product dedicated to the CARS section. And we're aiming to do just that, to help students start by identifying their strengths and weaknesses early on in our preparation. The new CARS diagnostic tool, as we're calling it, will take users through a couple of guided passages, a series of CARS practice questions, and then alongside their score reports, we'll provide tips and pointers for each of the skills being assessed by this section of the MCAT exam. So we're really hoping to meet our students' call to action through this new platform. But then also, even though we're embracing new opportunities and new features, when I think about the initial plans of creating the MCAT Prep Hub, we also wanted to make sure that we were prioritizing our content and that we weren't compromising on giving users the ability to practice with the real features of the MCAT exam. So it's a balancing act. Embrace new opportunities, but don't lose sight of your foundation.
This has been an engaging and really informative discussion. I can't thank you enough, Leslie, for your time today. And thank you to our audience for joining us. Thanks, everyone.